In today's Sunday solution, we're going to show you how to replace your LED light bulbs in your ceiling if they go out.
It's time
For another Sunday solution.
Let's go.
Let's see what's inside.
What's in the box?
Oh, look, we got a surprise. Look at that.
Oh, how nice.
We got some shirts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Awesome.
We send love back. Thank you.
All right, let's see what else we got. Got some lights. Oh, wait, there's more down there. There's more shirts.
It's two. One for me, one for you,
Look
babe.
at that. You don't need the bill.
While you do all the work, I get the benefits.
I gotta see what we got here. We got some lights. Let me take a look. There they are. Made in China. Okay. We gotta make sure they're the right size. Oh, yep. That's them. Okay, good deal. So what we got, as you can see, we got two lights that are burned out. That one and one back here. This one. I already took them apart and that's the LED boards that was up inside there, which I snapped out. I'll show you when I take them out. I snapped them out of the lights because I was trying to order just a board and replace them, but I couldn't find them anywhere. So we called our good friends over at Appalachian Foothills and talked to Steven and said, we need them lights. You got any? And he said, sure. Ship them right out. And that's a good thing because they come with new lenses.
Oh, how nice.
Which is nice because if you can see here, I don't know if the camera will show it. That lens is kind of burnt where the board melt got hot or whatever. And I don't see how this one is. We can keep them as a spare, but this one ain't too bad. But they were flickering for the longest time. So they are what, 10 years old, I think. Whatever, what's the code?
No.
Not quite,
Well,
about 9 years old.
9.
So they're due. And they're made in China. So we're lucky they lasted that long.
And we lived in it for 3 years.
Yeah, we'll use them.
Almost 4, actually. Well, no. May of 2024 will be 4 years.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me, I'll get my stuff together and we'll get back in. I'll show you how to take them down because there's a lot of conflicting information. I've read on a lot of forums because I couldn't figure out how to get these off, and everybody's going, oh, you just turn these. Well, I tried turning them for about a half an hour and I said, something's wrong. So I went on another forum and I found out the right way to take them off. So I'll show you that in a minute. All right, here's the tools you're gonna need for this repair, hopefully. I use these connectors. We'll put a link in for them. A pair of side cutters, a small screwdriver, Phillips bit, some super glue. I use Loctite, drill, and of course your lights. What I use the super glue for is these little gaskets don't like to stay in place. So I put a couple dabs of glue around them and then stick them in there. So we'll get set up and we'll see how it goes. All right, so what you got to do, and I use a little step stool because I'm not the biggest guy in the world, is just pry in between the light gently and it'll pop out. So I had already taken these out because I was going to try and get the part number and see if I could get them. So you take your Phillips head, and there's 4 screws that hold these in. And you gotta gently take out the little screws. And the ring will come down. So one thing I need to show you is the old lights. Actually, when they went, they kind of burned that a little bit. And if you look at these new ones, they have this insulation heat shield on here, which the old ones didn't have that. So maybe they got wise to it. Let's see what we got. And the other thing I got and noticed is there's 2 wires up here. One's black and one is yellow. Or black and white, I'm sorry. Yellow going into a black. One more tool you're gonna need is these wire strippers. We'll put a link in for them. I got them on Amazon. They work pretty good. And the only thing is, see how they stick? You gotta reset them when you use them. I don't want to have 2 splices up here, so I'm going to cut these wires. I probably shut the power off. Be a good idea.
Now it is.
Turn them both off for now. No, take them out. These little connectors are awesome. I'm going to re-strip these wires. This should be good. So I'm going to take a shot and try to hook them up. I'm not sure which wire goes where, so, or if it matters.
Because they're both white.
Basically, the way these connectors work is you just slide the wire in. Yeah, because they're both white. You slide it in. It's hard to show you, but it's a thread that looks like a wire. But you stick them in a ways till they stop. Stick them in until they stop, and then just push the one lever down. That's it. They won't come off. So you got to do that with both. So I'm going to pre-put them on when I'm standing on my little stool. See if they work. Basically, one wire goes in here, and the other wire goes in the other side, and that makes your connection. The question is, do they matter on these lights, or will they be backwards?
So what are you playing, Russian roulette?
I'm playing Russian roulette with my $20 light.
Come on now.
Check it, it's tight. Let's try this one. All right, let's try it. Find out if I did it right or not, or if we see sparks. She works. All right, so at this point, all you got to do, this really is the hardest part. Let me go get a little Phillips. I did notice something different too. These are the old lights. You can see how they're burnt. But the pattern, there's 24 LEDs. It's a little bit different than the pattern on these lights. So there's 24 also on the new ones. But so I'm wondering if the color is going to be different. Anyway, use a little Phillips instead of your drill. Be a lot easier lining up the holes. So you just kind of fish your wires back up in there. And the other thing I did while I was up here is I inspected for any leakage, which is a good thing to do. I thought maybe that's what blew the lights. So the reason I use the little Phillips on these, you don't want to use a cordless drill because everything Tiffin does, the screws, you take them out, you put them back in. If you try to use a cordless drill, you're more than likely to strip it out. Then you'll have to go to a bigger screw. That's a lesson from experience, trust me. This is actually the hardest part of the whole job. It's getting these first 2 lined up. Because then you can get them. There's 4, like I said. Once you get the first 2 lined up, you're good to go. Unless you're like me and constantly drop stuff. I would be gentle about tightening them also. Kind of go around in a pattern so you don't strip them and they don't get crazy. And you don't got to get nuts with them, just work them up a little bit. They'll compress on your roof pad. There's a lot, like I said earlier in the video, I think I said earlier, a lot of misinformation. I mean, some of these twist off. Everybody's telling me to twist it off, but they just pop in. And if you get your new lights, one thing I want to show you is once these are in, they're pretty tight. Don't try to pry these out because you'll end up scratching the chrome or whatever. Just go in from the back with a little screwdriver and just push on that lens and it'll pop right out. That's a pro tip right there. All right, so let's pop our lens on. That's all you do is you stick it on there and give her a little shove. There we go, nice and easy. Let's see if it looks the same as the others. It looks good. That's the finished product. Now we just gotta do the other one. Pretty much the same process. Oops, there it goes. Oh, got to give a shout out to Appalachian Foothills too. Let me take my glasses off so I don't look silly. For the parts. I was going to get them from Tiffin, but Tiffin wanted, I think $8,000 for the shipping. Something like ridiculous like that. But I called my buddy Steven over at Appalachian and he said, yeah, I got them. I'll send them out to you. They charged me like $6 for the shipping, which is rightly so. Not the ridiculous amount that Tiffin said. And in my past experience buying anything from Tiffin, you usually get the wrong stuff. So they don't take the care that other people do in getting you the right parts. So there's that one. See how the rings, just the silicone just sit in there and they kind of flop around. So I'm going to keep all these just in case I break a lens or something like that. And again, you can see up in here, it's not as bad as the other one, but kind of scary when you think about it. And I got yellow and white again. Again, I'm going to cut these off because I don't want multiple connections. I only put these on here temporarily just to keep bare wire from floating around in the roof. So, because these things, I don't know if I can show you on camera. They have 2 openings on that side, and then this side is sealed. I'll put a link in there for them. And this one was pretty burnt too, as you can see. But it's like got a good shot of that handsome shirt.
Oh, let me pan that one. Appalachian Foothills RV Park and Services for all your RV needs.
It's one thing you do when you put these in. Make sure you pull on the wires to make sure they're connected. Give it a little tug. And I don't know what switch that is. There it is. Boom. So.
You just learned it every day.
Got to show them it works. All right, so now we got to put screws in. You just tuck these up gently. And I didn't know if I mentioned our coach is a 2014. 33 AA. Get the second one in and I'll be home free. On business now. Snuggle them up. You don't want to crank them down too tight because you'll be pushing up on that pad. So just snug them up good. Put the lens on. Should be okay. There we go. Put the lens on. Boom, there you go. So that's that. Pretty simple repair, right? Yeah. You bang it out and took us what, 10, 15 minutes? Oh, and there's that one.
I don't think they look too much different.
Nah, they're good.
Just a hair. But
well, these got a little bit of probably insulation that had dropped down or something. So there you go. Obviously, it's a simple repair. You can do it yourself. You can call Steven and get the parts. Or if you don't feel up to it, I'm sure Steven would be happy to do them for you. So they're good people over there. We trust them. Trust them.
All our coach needs.
All our coach needs. They're there. We'll drive 10 hours. We're about 10 hours away. We drive there for them because I know they'll take care of it and they'll do it right. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. And if it did, give us a thumbs up and we'll see you in the next video.